beautiful friends from around the world. Welcome to my channel. I am Carolee and I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges. I have 3 piles for you to choose from, and today we're looking at your soul's deepest desire right now. What do you need to know from your soul, from your higher self right now? What is its deepest desire? What does it want you to know? What does it want you to act on right now? And like maybe even why did it come into this body, in this life, in this moment in time? We'll see what Spirit has to say. So I have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 is number 20 with the honey calcite. Pile number 2 is number 8 in this card with the black obsidian. And pile number 3 is number 13 with the desert rose stone. Take a deep breath, take a moment, and select the pile that resonates with you the most, and then click in the description box the timestamp that goes with your reading. I'll see you in your reading. Bye. Hey, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Today I'm looking at what your soul's deepest desire is at this moment in time. What does it want you to know? Any information that your higher self has for you? This is a message from your inner being. And what I can see straight away from this card that you selected is that people love to watch you. You have this magnetic energy about you, and you probably don't even realize just how magnetic you are, how beautiful you are, how serene you are. People, I'm hearing jealousy. There's a lot of people who are jealous of you, even if you don't have a lot in your life. You might be thinking, well, why would anybody be jealous of me? But you just have this very sweet and nurturing nature. Your vibe, your aura is very healing with the honey calcite as well. You are soft. You soften the energy in a room when you walk into a room. That's an amazing quality, and that's something that can't really be taught. That's something that's naturally innate within you, within your soul, within your inner being. You've probably been some type of a healer, mother, nurturer, mother figure type person throughout your entire life. I'm getting a vibe, like Spirit showing me the Queen of Wands energy, but also the Queen of Cups energy. We'll see what tarot has to say. I haven't pre-selected your tarot. I did pick a few oracle cards ahead of time. But Spirit really wants you to know that, and I don't see in this card today, every time I look at this card or this deck, these oracle cards, something different comes up. But when I'm looking at this card right now, I'm just seeing, people are really curious about you. You're very into your own, doing your own thing. You really are unique, and you don't apologize for that. Or maybe you did in the past, but now you're coming into the state of knowing yourself, not apologizing for yourself, and it might have taken you a long time to get there. Maybe you've also, I'm getting self-learned, self-study. You do a lot of self-study. You're very curious by nature. You're well-informed. I wouldn't say like a human encyclopedia, but you go deep into topics that you're drawn to. And you really, I'm hearing simplicity as well. You really crave simplicity in your life. You don't like drama, and you've learned to walk away from other people's drama as well. I'm being drawn to the shadow here, the rabbit's shadow on the floor, and I'm hearing you cast a very big shadow. But even though here I feel like she's in this person's shadow, or maybe she's been overshadowed. Maybe that's something from your childhood that you felt like you were always overshadowed, and so that you learned to stay in the shadows so that you weren't to be seen. It could be something from a previous life as well. I'm gonna look a little bit more into that as we go forward in this reading, but Spirit saying it's really safe for you to step into the light and to not be in the shadows. You weren't born to be a wallflower. And maybe you've done that because it's been easier for you to avoid the shadow, or to avoid the spotlight, because it was painful, perhaps in this life or a previous life or many previous lives, where you tried to speak the truth, maybe God's truth, universe, source energy's truth, and were persecuted for it. Like many healers of the ages, right? And many different points in history, it's always kind of the innovators that are persecuted until their ideas prove to be very fruitful and relevant to society. And then they're, then they're adored and loved, even not until after their death, which is very sad that that humanity works that way. But that's a whole other topic, and I'm not going to get into that right here. I do feel like you are deeply connected to your soul tribe, and I'm seeing maybe not so much your soul tribe here, because at this card I'm picking up that maybe you feel like a lone wolf, and that can be from, feeling as though you were a black sheep, or you didn't quite fit in, or people overshadowed you, maybe because, when your energy is vibrating so high and you're full of love and light, just naturally born that way, it really doesn't vibe with other people's vibrations who are at a lower frequency. They don't like how you make them feel. Like, for example, when I was younger, I don't get this said to me as much, maybe because I'm older and people don't feel comfortable saying it, but when I was younger, I had a lot of people tell me, like more than 5 times probably, even more than that when I looked at people, it was like I was looking at them without their clothes on. Like, I made them very vulnerable just from looking at them, just my eye contact, just the way I could see them, right? And that wasn't a reflection on me, not like I was devious, I had devious intentions or anything. Really, I just loved people, and I loved seeing into their soul, into their hearts, and what makes them tick, what makes them think and move and feel and do the things that they do. I just really enjoy that, and that's part of what makes me really enjoy being a tarot reader and psychic and doing trauma healing and the stuff that I do. But it makes other people really uncomfortable when they have unhealed or unresolved traumas within them. And so you might be able to see it and feel it and know it. And because you know it, and other people know intuitively that you can see them, that makes them really uncomfortable around you. It really irritates their shadow here, right? It's almost like you become enmeshed in people's shadows unintentionally, through your human conscious mind, but it's a part of your gifts that maybe you've accepted or haven't accepted. But if you're feeling like other people look at you and feel really uncomfortable around you, that's one of the reasons why. So, and your soul really wants you to know that. And so maybe you've really separated yourself from the group or from people and feel really like you don't fit in anywhere, or feel like people are judging you constantly. But it's not that they're judging you, it's that they feel judged themselves, or they feel exposed, and that makes them really uncomfortable around you. And that's not you, that's not your fault. That's part of why you're here, right? To raise the vibrations, the frequency of this planet. Part of the reason why you're here, depending on what it is that you're doing in this life. But that will make people who have unresolved traumas or wounds in their shadows, it'll aggravate those shadows. And it's the intention, or the intention. The reason that you have that gift is to trigger other people into their own healing journey, whether you're aware of it or not, or actively working as a healer or not. You don't need to be actively working to help people heal in order to have this gift, in order to use it, even unconsciously. Spirit saying. Okay, so we'll get into some tarot cards. I'm gonna leave that there. Actually, Spirit saying later. I have these oracle cards. I'll put them right over here. They're over there. Let's pull some tarot cards out. I haven't pre-selected them, so I'm going to do that right now with you. Each pile has their own tarot deck, so I did pre-shuffle. These are all when I shuffle and cards pop out and stick in the deck, I usually take those as reversals. So I don't shuffle with reversals, but if they come out and stay in the deck, if they flip over and stay in, then that's reversals. For those of you who are new to my channel, that's how I read reversals. So we have the Ace of Inspiration reversed, 5 of Materials or 5 of Pentacles reversed, and 8 of Voices reversed. What does pile number 1 Spirit need to know? What is their soul's deepest desire right now in this life, this moment in time? This is a timeless reading, so anything else, Spirit? Chariot. And then we have the Chariot upright. I put this on the right, which I normally wouldn't, depending on how it comes out. But I'm hearing right hand of God. So I just asked Spirit in my head, why are these on the right hand side like this? And Source Energy said, you are the right hand side of God. Source Energy. So definitely an earth angel or light bringer, or however you resonate. I do find that I draw a lot of healers and light bringers to this channel. And I do consider myself more of like a healer of the healers. We talk a lot about those types of concepts here. Yeah, like with the Chariot here, you are a warrior of God, of Source Energy. You've been sent here to raise the vibrations of the planet, intentionally or not intentionally. You might not be aware of that, but that is something that you do. And I think that's also why you draw so much attention to you. But, you know, for a long time, you might have felt really uncomfortable with that kind of attention, but it's needed in order to complete your mission that you have here. Now look at this. We have the 5 of Materials, so 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Voices in reverse, and the Ace of Inspiration in reverse. And I'm seeing this is like a need to flip this on its head, if that makes any sense. To unmask the matrix, you know, to help people get unstuck themselves from these anxieties that they've been conditioned with in this human experience. To move people out of this state of being, right, through action. Here with the light coming out of her solar plexus, and these like the stampede of wild horses. Wild horses, they're saying wild horses can't stop you. I heard Abraham Hicks say that in a video a few months ago. Hold on. I'm really wanting to understand this Ace of Inspiration, these upside down reversed cards. I think it's more of like an emphasis on drawing people out of this sort of stuck energy. Page of Emotions, yeah. Healing this stuck energy. I'm just going to put that right on top of there. Healing, helping people to heal that energy. And maybe you've been stuck in the past and you've been called to unstuck yourself, so to speak. You've been called to move forward. You've been called to find a way through the suffering, through the pain, through the boredom, Spirit saying, through the malaise, through the apathy of the human experience. through love and softening of your energy. How can you soften in order to move through this difficult time? I read somewhere, who was it that posted it? I don't know. I found a quote on Instagram that was like, true healers have suffered a lot, right? And I think that's so that you can be relatable, you know, to really understand what it means to be stuck in the human experience, in the matrix. It's easy enough for spiritual teachers to talk about, you know, gratitude and love and visualization and stuff, but they don't understand they might not necessarily, you can really tell. Look at the world. This is just the beginning. You can really tell the spiritual teachers who never had to struggle versus the ones who understand what it means. The Magician. Yeah, maybe you've been manifesting something. Where are the other cards? You've been manifesting, actively trying to manifest your way out of a difficult situation, and the manifestations are coming in to you. They're just beginning to fall onto you, into your life, to manifest into your life. This could be that you're here to do this for other people, but you had to find a way. I already kind of said that, but you had to find a way through it yourself in order to inspire other people, in order to help other people. And even though it doesn't seem very fair, right? For the healers to have to come here and sort of have to through the first half of your life, really go through the pain, but without that true knowing of how to overcome suffering in the human experience, it's very difficult to then impart that wisdom onto other people, right? And everybody loves a what's the term? Everybody loves a transformation story, rags to riches kind of a story, and that will make you extremely successful when you can finally capture how to shift your mindset, shift your energy to that state of love consistently. There's a lot, you know what, you guys, there's a lot going on in this reading. And it really depends on your personal situation. But what I do know here is, spirits, your soul's deepest desire is to really soften in the face of challenges. It wants you to start softening. How much can you soften in this moment? And even though the challenges seem insurmountable, don't lose faith. Stay connected to your heart. The Page of Emotions here. Stay connected to your heart. Even though things seem really bad, even though things are hard, even though you feel stuck and you feel like you have nowhere to move, no wiggle room, nothing, you just can't do it. Know that people still observe you, right? It's almost like people are watching to see how you come out of this on a soul level. They're watching to see how you come out of this situation. Your spirit guides even are watching to see how you come out of this situation, because you are kind of like the new blueprint for overcoming pain in this time, in this century, in this space and time. We know so much more about trauma and the body and human experience. Why do our souls get trapped in the matrix? Well, because our souls are here to use our human bodies as a way to expand and ascend. So we have to understand how we get stuck in order to move beyond it, right? And so the key right now your soul wants you to know is that you have the key. I'm hearing to open this door here. And you're here. Oh, look at this. You have the key to open this door. At any time, you can open it. I don't even see a lock on it. It's just you can walk out at any time. But you're learning. You're learning how to get out of this situation that you're in. And Spirit's watching you. Spirit, your soul tribe, angels, ancestors, everybody's watching you to see how you do this. Because your life is the next blueprint for how to help souls in this time and space move past their human conditioning in order to ascend, in order to raise the vibrations of the planet, in order to shift consciousness. It's a big task that you've been charged with. So all is not for nothing. You know, this pain that you've gone through is for something. It's a very big purpose. And even though you feel really challenged right now, good things are coming up from it. Look at this card came out underneath of this one when I was shuffling for you, number 15, and she's just like in her tower. It's so luscious, beautiful flowers, beauty everywhere, lots of colors and life, right? You're generating life, the bee, the butterfly, transforming. Through this challenge, you're learning how to transform yourself so that you can help other people transform as well. Okay, we have, and this I pulled from the Starseed Oracle deck, some cards, and you got 4 that came out. I'm going to go through them quickly, and then we'll end your reading there. I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Oh my God. I didn't read these before I started. So look at this. Yeah. The fated life versus your destiny. Fate is what you were handed, the life that you kind of chose, the struggle that maybe your soul chose to go into in order to help to instigate this lesson, this learning, this ascension. So now that you're aware of it, and your soul is making you aware of it, and you're being guided to overcome these challenges with heart, with love, with faith in yourself and in your higher power, whatever you believe that to be, and that will draw you closer to your destiny. That is your destiny, to live an abundant life here with all these flowers, with all this lusciousness around, luxury. You're destined for that. And you know it too. I think you know it, but maybe you just are having a hard time really understanding how to move through this situation. Maybe taking a pause right now, just really reflect on where you've been, and that'll, I think, inspire you. Think about where you started. Think about your ancestral line, what they had to go through, and think of how much you've evolved since then. In the moment, sometimes it can feel really overwhelming, feel like you're stuck, feel like you're not getting anywhere. But if you look back the last 6 months, 10 years, decades, through your family, through the generations, look at how far you've actually come. Look at the work that you've been doing, how successful you actually are, not in terms of what the human world values as being successful, but what the soul values as being successful, and that's healing and awareness and consciousness. And so your soul really wants you to understand that you actually have come a long way. You're doing, okay, I'm gonna cry. You're doing a great job, and you are on the right path. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Okay, so that's just a confirmation. Lost land, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. That's an interesting card. Hold on. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Okay. So when it comes to speaking your mind, putting yourself out there, not everyone's going to jive with you. You don't need to be liked by everybody. And if you feel really uncomfortable when people don't like you, that's more of a trauma response from your human experiences. Maybe growing up in a home that didn't value you. And so you try to people please. And that's sort of a human conditioning that you need to work on healing, Spirit's saying. But I'm interested in this, the soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. I mean, there's a lot of healers on earth right now, a lot of light bringers. The population is a lot larger, let's say Jesus's time. There's more people, and so we need more healers, right? We need more healers of the ages in order to help humanity ascend beyond this kind of dark period. I see it. I mean, I know that we talk a lot about, this, a new age is being born, and there's like more light bringers that are, incarnating into earth than there have been in a long time, but there's also a larger population that we need to connect with. So maybe this is something that you have done before. You've come down to earth and had this mission of raising vibrations and going through struggles and really connecting with people through their struggles, understanding them, really sympathizing with them, empathizing with them, so that you can help them become aware of their own power, spiritual gifts, their power, their ability to make these quantum leaps. And maybe you've done that before and you're here to do it again, or maybe it didn't work out quite the way that you wanted it to work out the last time and you're here to complete the mission and to try again. Or maybe you just keep cycling through these types of missions every few hundred years because, humanity changes. Our knowledge here changes, and Spirit works with the knowledge of the people in order to ascend, right? In order to expand its own energy. So that could be something that you resonate with. Past life healing sessions might be fun for you. I don't know if you need them necessarily, but it could be fun to kind of go back in time and see yourself then and maybe learn some lessons. Maybe there's some messages from a previous life that will help you overcome the challenges that you're facing in this life so that you don't feel so alone. You don't feel like God or the spirit source energy has forgotten you. And you feel more capable, maybe, Spirit's saying. So what's to come of all of this in the next 6 months or so, Spirit? Can you give us, oh, wow. That was fast. Justice, number 11, Justice, Ace of Voices, 4 of Materials, and the 10 of Materials. Page of Inspiration or Page of Wands. Justice. Sorry, I'm just... Justice. The Emperor. This could be different for everybody here, but it could be that you have a... It could be, and I think I read this in the last few readings, there could be somebody coming into your life that's going to offer you a contract to work together. They really value what you do, and they're going to offer you some sort of a contract that's going to be very fruitful. And it's going to be very successful. It's going to bring you a lot of financial abundance. Either way, the Justice is sort of like in this situation with the Emperor, I think that you are going to be getting everything that you deserve. You are the master at what you do, whatever it is that you do. You are mastering it right now, and you are on the way to becoming a master. And people from all over the world are going to seek you out for guidance. You might not see that right now, but it is happening with the Justice here, Emperor, Ace of Voices. Your knowledge, your wisdom is going to be sought by a lot of people with the Page of Inspiration here. They're going to come to you looking for guidance, looking for a way to get out of really difficult situations. They're going to recognize you for these spiritual gifts. It's going to bring you a lot of prosperity and harmony and inner peace, satisfaction. The Page of Inspiration I'm taking to be like, I just feel like a lot of people in maybe younger than you, or younger on their spiritual journey. You're going to inspire a lot of people to heal, to take action towards their dreams. Yeah. You're going to inspire them to believe in themselves through either the work that you do or just the energy that you bring. I'm hearing fair. You are a very fair leader. With the Justice and the Emperor, they're a very fair and honorable leader in whatever it is that you're doing. And people recognize that. They know an emperor isn't just someone who was born into success. They struggled, they earned their success. They figured it out. And they got what they deserved in the end for the work that they put in. And that's not to say that the work needs to be laborious, like labor intensive, but that you mastered all of the challenges. I had a friend whose husband or fiance built a very successful business. And I remember her telling me that he, on the surface, when you get to that level of success, people might be jealous or, catty about that success, but they don't look at the story behind that. What he had to do to get there. What a lot of successful people who weren't born into money, to wealth had to do, right? Figure it out. Sacrifice a lot. She told me he would sleep. He slept in his car for a little while, right? He had a dream, really believed in it, sacrificed a ton, but made it work because he had faith. It doesn't matter if you consider, your higher power, God, source energy, your higher self, yourself, whatever. Having faith in yourself is really going to get you to the success, the luxurious life, balance, feeling completely and totally fulfilled within and without, is through faith in yourself, believing in your journey, understanding that it's for a purpose, even though it feels hard some days, and knowing that there's people out there who really understand you, like me. Like, I get you. I get you. The Hermit in reverse. It's almost over. Look at Eight of Materials, the Wheel. Things are about to change for you. Your period of, what's the word? I want to say sanctuary. Right? Of kind of hiding out, trying to integrate these human lessons, these soul lessons. It's almost over. And the wheel is turning. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor very soon. I'm not going to do timing because it always depends on the lessons, right? And really keeping the faith and holding this faith inside of your heart. That's the most important thing to do right now. I'll pull one more oracle card before I wrap this lesson up. I guess it is sort of a lesson, isn't it? Soften into your heart the biggest message from your soul right now? Soften into your heart and have faith. I know it can be hard. Lean on your faith. One more. Any final messages for pile number 1, Spirit? Oof. It's 2. Precognition. Oops, sorry. Psychic ability, future vision. Balance, stability, standing firm. These are interchangeable, by the way. Both holding light in her hand. You are a light bringer. I mean, that's just confirmation. 13. The number 4. Look at 4, 4. If we add those together, number 44. Safe. You are safe. You are protected. Things are changing. 13 is the death card also. So big transformation. I think maybe you've seen it before. Let me know in the comments if you've, and look at, she has the hawk headdress. You've seen this before. I think that you've seen what your life is going to be like. Maybe you don't believe it. Maybe you feel, I'm hearing wishful thinking, but it's actually true. It is true. Whatever it is that maybe you had a dream about something happening in your life and you're like, oh, that's just wishful thinking, but it's not. It is happening for you. Have faith, balance. How much can you soften? Stand firm in your truth and your values, and don't let anybody sway you from what you believe it to be and what you know to be true, because you feel it, you know it. You're very psychically gifted. And that's important work. Society might not always value it in the way that they used to, but if you value yourself, then nobody can tear you down. And with that, I'm going to end your reading here, pile number 1. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my community. I really appreciate you. Sending you so much love. Please like, share, and comment below this video. Let me know if it resonated for you. When you engage with my videos, it really helps the algorithm spread the message to other people who need to hear this message. Also, I just opened my Etsy shop, so I have a different variety of readings that you can choose from at different price points to kind of give people an option of how you can work with me. I do one-on-one coaching with trauma survivors as well. But yeah, if you're interested, you can always email me, but the link to all of that stuff and how to work with me, different ways to work with me, are all in the description box below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big hug. I know it can seem daunting, this challenge. I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I totally get it. This is a part of breaking through the matrix, right? It takes faith and trust. And you are worthy, to decondition from those human experiences. That takes courage and strength. And not everybody is born to do that, but you are, and you are on the right path, and things are about to change for you, I promise. Sending you love, 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 big hugs, and I'll talk to you next time. Hey, pal number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose card number 8. This card, it seems really dark, doesn't it? But there's so much love with the rose gold, the rose color here. There's so much love and hope. Spirit saying Pandora's box. I feel like some of you have lost hope and you're looking for signs. I'm seeing with this little bell here. Maybe you're hearing ringing in your ears, right? I don't know. Some of you might be at the very beginning of accepting your spiritual gifts, I'm seeing. Understanding them. Maybe you're just starting to look into tarot. You're just starting to open yourself up to the spiritual world, quantum mechanics, quantum leaping, manifesting, all that kind of stuff. I feel like you're just starting that journey. this girl here is reminding me of a girl from a lost time, or from an, you know, the olden times where maybe women weren't, you know, she's riding side saddle over this, what is it? What do you think it is? Butterfly or dragonfly? Or even just a fly, I guess. But riding side saddle, she has the whip right there, right? And I guess, did horses before, I don't know, like, did they have bells instead of, because they, I mean, back in those days, they didn't have car horns, right? So, did they have like bells on their things to let people know that they're coming? I don't know. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. It might resonate with you. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you. It looks like she's wearing a night dress, doesn't it? Like an old school, olden day night dress. She's like leaving something behind, isn't she? In the middle of the night, almost sneaking out in the middle of the night. This thing reminds me of something like a nightcap or a night head thing, scarf, or it's covering her ears, like a bandage even, you know, not wanting to pay attention to what was going on around her life. And so she left secretly in the middle of the night, kind of putting blinders on. It's like it's kind of like blinders for horses, only over the ears, so she doesn't hear all the negative stuff that's going on, but just focusing on her true north. The number 8 is the number of abundance. It's the infinity symbol as well. She's looking for something more meaningful than what she was previously experiencing. She's searching for answers, searching for her truth. And the reason I'm saying her truth is because truth is subjective to everybody. Our truth is based on our experiences, our soul journey, you know, our desires within us. But I think that in this moment, she's really accepted. I'm saying she, sorry, but because to me, that's the image of her in this card. But it doesn't matter if male, female, or other, or X. It doesn't matter. They're looking for their truth and have finally come to this point in time where they're ready to block out the noise and not listen to anything that doesn't align with their, I hate the word goal, it's so fixed, you know, but purpose, vision, insights. You pick the black obsidian, which is also dragonstone. Protection, being deeply protected in this moment of transition and transformation. All right, I have a couple of oracle cards here. I'll read those after or closer to the end. Your soul's deepest desire right now Spirit, I just heard wanting, and then I saw 444 on the timer just now, which is also the number of protection, being divinely guided, protected by the angels, faith, love, having blind faith in your vision. Look at, she's moving even in the dark, at night. The worlds. One phase of your life is ending or has ended, and maybe you're sort of in limbo right now. This kind of looks like limbo, doesn't it? Just kind of in the in-between, you know, leaving one thing behind because you know that it's not the right thing for you, but not quite sure where you're going. Just knowing that what was is not what you want. What your soul wants you to know right now. With the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and then the World there, it could be that a marriage is ending or a partnership is ending, with the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck just now. Kind of escaping in the middle of the night, maybe. Page of Cups. Oh, with a child. Oh, shoot. The Hermit. Two and two, both in reverse. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, both in reverse. The Hermit here. I'm going to put that. How can I move this? You made a choice. It was a long time coming. I just looked at the middle of the deck, Knight of Pentacles. You made a choice. It was a long time coming to end something and move away. Maybe you left in the middle of the night. Maybe you left abruptly with not a lot of belongings. There's a lot of sadness here, but Spirit's also saying triumph. So, hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh, Spirit. This is... All right. I have the Devil, the Lovers, and Temperance. The Devil, Lovers, Temperance. Yeah, you decided to choose yourself. If you haven't made this choice, I think that you're about to, or maybe you've made the choice in your mind, but you haven't actually taken the step to leave yet. You could be in, let me know where you're at in that situation, but, or that timeline, depending on where you're at on the timeline. This could be, it could be about work as well, but it looks more like a relationship. And the reason I'm saying that because the Page of Cups is here with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the World there. It's like this has ended, a relationship, a marriage, a partnership of some kind. And the partner could have been, the partner that you're leaving could have been very abusive, manipulative, narcissistic, or struggled with some sort of addictions or something. And you have made this decision to walk away, to honor yourself with the Temperance card there. And you're very protected by the angels, by your ancestors, by your spirit guides. They're with you, protecting you through this transition. And I know that you feel maybe like, I don't know where to go from here. And it's okay to not really know right now. I think that what's important when you leave these types of situations is to know that the future, 6 months from now, a year from now, isn't necessarily going to be revealed to you right now, because you have to focus on healing and recovering with the Temperance from this manipulation, this pain, this suffering, to really understand what is real for you and what's not real, right? She has the thing wrapped around her ears. Like, I'm not going to listen to that anymore. I need to find my own truth. Right? This could represent society as a whole, right? Walking away from narcissistic people, or a narcissistic society, a manipulative society or workplace. It could go many different ways. I mean, I'm seeing more love and romance here, but we have the Two of Pentacles there as well. So it could be like leaving behind a job as well. I think that you sat with it, with the hermit there, you sat in it, whatever it was, a very toxic place for a really long time. And you tried to make the best of it, Spirit's saying. But we don't win medals by trying to make the best of a really bad situation, by trying to love people out of their toxic tendencies. We don't get rewarded for that. We get rewarded by following our own passions, by honoring ourselves. And your soul wants you to know that by making this choice to honor yourself and to put the blinders on and to focus on your true north, on your healing, on your best life, that's where the rewards are going to be coming in, not from codependency. You're trying to save people from themselves. That's a misnomer, right? Being a martyr doesn't get you any accolades unless maybe you're Mother Teresa. I don't know. I'm just good. Not to put, Mother Teresa down. I read an autobiography by a nun who used to work in the mission with her, and she had some interesting things to say. The book's called An Unquenchable Thirst, if you're interested in it. But I think that even saints and saintly type people get caught up in the image of what it means to save and rescue the unfortunate people, right? And they lose sight of their mission, right? Absolute power can corrupt you if your heart isn't in the right place and you don't, check in with your soul, check in with yourself. That's another story. That's not you anyway. That's a whole other story. But you're doing the right thing, right? And things are going to be okay. Spirit wants you to know. It might not seem like it right now, but things are going to be okay. Your soul's deepest desires. This could be that you haven't actually executed this decision yet, because the question I brought to Spirit today was, or Spirit wanted me to do this reading. I didn't bring the question. They brought it to me. Your soul's deepest desires is to get out of this pattern. And you might even notice that this is a pattern that you have repeated throughout your life unintentionally. Being drawn to toxic, abusive, manipulative people, not seeing the red flags, getting caught up in the passion, and then getting really hurt in the process. And it could be work, right? It's easy to fall into the same type of pattern with romantic partners, but also work partners or work environments, when you consistently find yourself working for very, type A, toxic, narcissistic, manipulative people who don't value you or your time or your work. Look around and notice, is that a consistent pattern in other areas of your life as well? Friends, romantic partners, your children, family? How much are you overgiving in order to receive love and affection, right? And that's not something that's your fault. It's a part of your human conditioning. It's a part of the way you were brought up. And that's now these inner beliefs that you have about yourself, about relationships, about work, about other people, and your relationship to other people, where you fit in with them. Okay, what came out here? 9 of Wands, the Emperor, Page of Swords, 6 of Swords, Queen of Swords. 4 of Cups, the bottom of the deck. High Priestess. Oh, I didn't even ask a question. Should I keep this, Spirit? I think there's something, I don't know, I feel like I read this for you guys. This whole reading feels like something I've read. Or if you're coming to this channel and you're not commenting, letting me know, I can understand why. You know, this is something that's very close to the heart, and I see that it opens a lot, you know, it kind of like takes the stitches out, right? But the wound, in order to heal completely, really needs air, needs oxygen to breathe. Don't suffocate that wound with gauze and packet full of stuff, you know, like food and alcohol and painkillers and whatever, you know. Although I understand the desire, but it doesn't heal as quickly or as well that way. Ace of Cups, yeah. You need a lot of healing. That's a side message. I'm gonna put that over here. Oh, where should I put that? I'm gonna put that right there. So it's there. I feel like Spirit doesn't want to reveal everything, but there is, what is this Page of Swords? Put that there for a sec. What's this? Or you can't see that very well over there. Can you see it over here? Put that over there. She's just there hanging out for a sec. The Emperor and Page of Swords. 6. Oh, okay. Someone's about to offer, and I feel like this is maybe another confirmation, but someone's about to offer you some help. There's help out there that's going to help really get you out of a tough situation with the 9 of Wands over here. And it's going to come in from an Emperor type energy, masculine energy. That's going to help to get you out of a tough situation. What's this? Yeah. Because we have the Emperor, the Page of Swords, 6 of Swords, moving away. I would like to say it's your knight in shining armor, but I'm not getting that vibe. I'm getting more like, if you need financial assistance in order to leave a tough situation, then maybe a father figure in your life, if you trust somebody, if you have a father that you trust or family that you trust, or it could be the bank, right? Getting a bank loan or something. There's some sort of entity even. The Emperor could be an entity that can help you get out of this situation so that you can be strong. This could be in the form of legal aid, right? I always feel like the Emperor reminds me of legal stuff, even though it's, you know, not justice or the Hierophant, but it could be advice, legal advice, CAS advice, or something like that. The Page of Swords, I tend to feel like it's more of a communication, right? Communication via email or getting some sort of news, something that's going to really help to get you out of a tough spot, readjust and move away so that you can be with the Queen of Swords here in a very strong position in order to get what you want out of this situation. If it's custody, if it's, you know, the Emperor I also look at as like police, right? If you need to call the police, they can offer you some assistance. When I was getting out of a tough, abusive relationship, the police were in my area, were really helpful. They even connected me to a trauma therapist. I had like 10 free sessions, and they did a lot. They really helped me out a lot, and it put me in a really strong position in order to get custody of my daughter, in order to really elevate myself out of you know, something that wasn't very good for me or my daughter. So we have the moon, the full moon here, kind of right next to each other as well. And then the crescent moon's here and the crescent moon there. Something is going to be revealed. Yeah, there's like, it could be, yeah, we have the Three of Swords that came out. It's going to help you to get out of this Three of Swords energy, this betrayal and loss. These are just clarifying cards for the line above it. And it's going to come full circle. This situation is going to come full circle. Whatever the situation is for you. So whatever was done to you in this very negative situation, it's that person is getting their karma back, basically. And you are going to be coming out ahead of the game, very wise, a lot smarter than you were before, really self-aware and cutthroat almost. And that's going to take some time to heal, to feel like that kind of betrayal that you've lived through. It's going to take some time to heal from. But you know, one of the advantages of it is that you're going to be so much stronger, emotionally, physically, even wiser. You're revealing the truth of this person, this situation. And we have the Chariot there, and things are going to come out okay. You're going to come out of this situation victorious, and this is sort of your soul's desire, your soul's deepest desire right now, because that was the question that came up in this reading, or when Spirit came to me and was like, this is what I want you to do, or we want you to do. Your soul's deepest desire is to get out of this really tough situation. It's very toxic, abusive, manipulative, narcissistic type situation. And this is sort of the plan, or a piece of the plan, or kind of like a glimpse of the plan that will help you move through it. But there's support around you with the Six of Pentacles here underneath the Emperor and the Page. But maybe you need to reach out. Maybe there's something that you need to do. Is there anything? I always tell people in this situation, these types of situations, think smart, play the long game. It's really important. You need proof, you need evidence, right? Especially if you have children and custody is an issue, you have to think of the long game. Knight of Swords, yeah. You need to be your own advocate. You need to be your own best advocate. And when you're leaving toxic and abusive situations, it can be very hard for your brain. Your brain has a hard enough time thinking. Your energy is low, right? Your cortex is offline. A lot of the times you're stuck in fight, flight mode and just reacting to all the things that are happening around you, to what that person is saying, constantly reacting, defending yourself, all that. But if you can stop for a second, focus on with the temperance that was there, focus on your own healing, balance, taking care of your body, activating your parasympathetic nervous system. So just really focusing on relaxing, that will bring your cortex online, your prefrontal cortex, and that will allow you to make the decisions that you need to make in order to get out of the situation. Nothing is going to be good if you're constantly stuck in reaction mode. Okay, so taking care of yourself is the most important thing that you can do right now, so that you can take care of your child, so that you can move out of the situation, so you can be your best advocate, and you can start thinking of what you need to do. There are government bodies, there are organizations, not-for-profits out there that can help you, that know the laws and regulations in your states. This is interesting. I was just commenting on someone's post on a mom group that I'm in, and other women, who haven't been in domestic violence situations don't understand it really. But I was giving somebody some advice that they were looking for regarding just their partner and what was happening. And this is kind of like a reading of that whole conversation that I was having with one particular mom, that was like, we have to be smart. And this isn't just about women, you know, men, women, others, everybody can find themselves in these types of situations, but play the long game. Try not to get stuck in the right now. I mean, yes, focus on the present moment and take care of yourself and come into your heart space and focus on healing and all that. But when it comes to working with narcissists, with abusive people, you kind of have to play their game back at them in order to come out alive, to come out okay. And there are government bodies, there are, you know, not-for-profits, children's aid, right? Like they can give you some advice. And they were saying, some of these moms were saying, because I was saying, oh, record conversations if you can. And some states, I guess, if you're in the States, it's illegal, or you can't, it's not admissible in court, you know, conversations that are recorded without the knowledge of the other person. Where I am, it doesn't matter. As long as one person's aware of the recording, the person doing the recording, it's fine. It's admissible, so you can use it. But CAS would be better able to direct you in that sort of a situation. Look at the laws, right? But I think the overall message here is play the long game. Be smart with your decisions. And when it comes to abusive narcissists, when you react negatively, that's what they're looking for. That's what they want. Sociopaths, trust me, I've dated them. I've been around them. They feed off of that energy, those reactions. They want you, the moment you, I heard a quote somewhere before. It was like the moment you get to, oh, it was like in Al-Anon, when I go to Al-Anon, like I think someone had said it. The moment you get defensive with an addict or with a narcissist, that you've already lost the conversation, the argument, everything. So as much as I also am an advocate for standing up for your rights and standing up for yourself, and but in abusive situations, it's a little bit different. You have to think smarter, and think more in terms of documenting. And this can go for workplaces as well. Keep paper trails are king, right? Police reports in abusive situations are paramount in terms of getting custody. When it comes to splitting assets, that's different, right? I don't know as much about that, but usually it's like 50-50, but especially if you have like no fault divorce stuff, right? Where if someone's having an affair and, you know, you still have to split your assets 50-50. But when it comes to children and the safety of children, having documented proof of abuse or something, right? Especially from a legal body like a police report, that is really important when it comes to making accusations. Because without the proof, then usually the survivor isn't believed, which is stupid, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Your soul just wants you to know your soul's deepest desire is to get out of this situation so that you can breathe, so that you can live, so that you can be free. And you can be. So let's see what's here. We have Earth, learning how to be human in the world but not of it, and jump in. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So yeah, you're going through something really tough on the human realm, on the Earth plane. But you can get through it, Spirit's saying. Okay? Say yes to change. Things can only get better, right? You don't owe anybody anything. Maybe your kids, that's different. Duality, many meanings, misunderstanding. Number 36, 9, ending, new beginnings. In Hindu culture, they wear red to their weddings, white to their funerals. This Isn't that interesting, the colors here? Red and white. And the ivy on the book here. Looking for the answers within. You're not going to find the answers outside of you. I think that's what this is also saying. The answers are within. You can't change this person. You're not here to help them heal, right? You can't love a narcissist out of their narcissistic tendencies. You can't love an addict out of their addictive behaviors. You know, you can detach with love and tell them you support them and hope that they heal and do their healing work, but you don't have control over that. Tenderness, true love, compassion. And this is, look at how beautiful this card is. Oh, a 9, 9, 9 ending. Yeah, you deserve love, true love, and it's available for you. It's out there for you. You're worthy of it. You deserve it. It's available. It's there for you. Spirit really wants you to know that, and your inner being, your soul wants you to know that. Gentle love. You deserve that. I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys. Thank you for being here and watching, sending you love. If this resonated, give it a thumbs up, share the video, like it, and comment below. Let me know. Yeah, and I just opened an Etsy shop with readings available. You can purchase pre-recorded or recorded readings. So the link to my Etsy shop is below. There's different price ranges. You can either work with me one-on-one, or you can get one of those readings, which are, there's a bunch of different price ranges so that I can offer many different ways to work with you, depending on where you're at in life. 6 of Wands. Yeah, that's, sorry, I've been where you are. I totally get it. I want to give you a big hug. You're worthy. You deserve better than this. You have a journey of healing ahead, but you're worthy of it. Okay? Have some compassion for yourself. It's not your fault. None of it's your fault. But you are strong. You're strong enough to get through this. With the Queen of Swords and the Chariot right underneath of her. You are strong enough to get through this, wise enough. You can. Okay? Sending you love, big hugs. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose number 13. So number 13 could be relevant. Number 4, death, transformation. I know that in the book, I think this card is a lot about, isolation. It talks about be careful not to isolate yourself in your ivory tower. Desert Rose. A desert rose stone is about strength and clarity, right? Really overcoming challenges, using your intuition. And the desert is so desolate and dry, but then you have these beautiful, what are they called? These like desert oasis in the, this like lush greenery in a pond out in the middle of the desert that just kind of pops up in these random places. Even in the hardest times in life, there can be so much beauty. And that's a separate message for some of you, right? But I think the biggest message in this card is not to isolate yourself in your ivory tower. That on your road to success, on your road to, they're showing me the 5 of Swords. So on your road to success, you don't want to burn the wrong bridges. Now, I'm a huge advocate for burning bridges when it's necessary. Trust me, I have burned so many bridges, and society tells you not to, don't burn bridges, but sometimes you need to call people out on their misdeeds, and you might lose a lot of opportunities by doing that. But there's something about surrounding yourself with the wrong type of people. I'm going to go into the tarot. I pulled some oracle cards here. I'm going to look at that after. It's almost like she has all these wonderful, luxurious things, these sweets and this beautiful life, but no one to share it with. Maybe you have your guard up. All right, pile number 3, inner being. What's your soul's deepest desire? Success. 6 of unlove. 6 of cups. I find it kind of sad, actually, that this card has such a sad meaning to it when it's so beautiful. I love the colors. I like some of my favorite colors. The chocolatey brown and red, white, cream. Like it's so warm and inviting. And yet it's so lonely at the same time. She's the queen of her castle. Three of Wands, 2 of Cups. Your soul doesn't want to do it alone. Look at this, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Your soul doesn't want to be alone. Maybe you feel like you have to do it all alone, but your soul doesn't want to be alone. It's craving connection, love, specifically a divine counterpart, new beginning. Of Swords reversed. Oh, I guess I pulled it out of the deck, so it's actually just, right. Yeah, that kind of goes with the like burning bridges. So the 10 of Swords with the 6 of Cups over there. You had to burn some bridges. You had to learn how to cut some people out of your life in the past. Queen of Cups, 6 of Swords, Page of Swords. You've grown up a lot. You've matured a lot over the years. This is a whole story. Where am I gonna put all this? Let's see. Yeah, maybe you've burned a lot of bridges in the past. Maybe being a little too reckless, a little impulsive in those decisions. Not everybody, like not some people you do have to burn those bridges, and sometimes you kind of have to take the hit, right? And that's a part of the journey, and that's okay. But maybe you were a little impulsive, a little brash, right? And now, and not to say that it's a bad thing, right? It could have been for really good reasons. But I think Spirit's saying like you had to do it in order to move away from something, some people, some energies. But now you find that you're kind of alone. You know, and you've been working on your healing. You're very emotionally mature and stable now. You're in a very different place. You've done a lot of the healing work with the Queen of Cups. Here, you've done so much work on yourself, and your soul is ready for a new beginning. With the Fool card there, your soul wants love. It wants its soul, its counterpart. It wants its, you know, soulmate. It really does. And maybe you're afraid still of being hurt. I think that you also have this, and with the desert rose, they're showing me like, okay, so maybe it's been a long time since you've been intimate with somebody as well. And you're a little afraid. You're afraid of opening yourself up again. And maybe you just find that it's easier to close yourself off, to be harsh, right? Maybe you have like a resting bee face, and and it's a part of your defense mechanism to keep people at bay so that you don't get hurt again. Two of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands. This snake eating its own tail. Like putting its foot in its mouth. This is about choices, where to put your energy, what to focus on. The three. It could be with the Three of Pentacles here. There could have been a third party situation that you were put into in the past. And that really hurt you. And so you chose to walk away from something, because you don't strike me as somebody who puts up with that kind of stuff, Like I'm hearing, I'm not a home wrecker. Like I that's not me. I don't want that. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want that drama. And you walked away from it. Three of Pentacles is all about working together, usually collaboration in some way. I didn't really ask a question when I pulled these cards here. I'm going to put them back. Okay. So your soul really wants love. It wants connection. It wants companionship. That's its deepest desire. Yeah. It wants to end its isolation. It wants to maybe even travel with the Three of Wands over there. It has like this vision, this wanting to move, wanting to go somewhere, wanting something different in a different part of the world, a different community maybe. Like there's something else out there. Chariot. The Chariot, as much as it's about victory after a long period of hard work, it's also about balance, maintaining focus. Maybe you've been focusing a lot on one aspect of your life, and so your love life is sort of, I don't do a ton of love readings, but this is definitely a love reading. And I think that maybe you've been focusing a lot on healing, on changing, on evolving, on maybe your spiritual journey. You've been doing so much of that inner work. But through that work that you've been doing, you've kind of isolated yourself. And you have this really sweet life, right? Like you feel good, or a lot better than you used to. But something's still missing. And that's the connection. I'm hearing the last piece of the puzzle of Judgment. For some of you, you're ignoring the call to love. To love deeply somebody else. Or I'm seeing some of you might even be very resistant to the calling to be in a divine partnership, a divine counterpart, you know, or calling in your divine counterpart. But I think your soul is literally calling in your divine counterpart and putting an end to the isolation. It's calling it. And I think that you're creating some resistance to it in your human ego, your human body, because of the pain that you went through, because of the way that things were in the past. Page of Wands. She's kind of like, look at, I just noticed her toes are dug into the sand here. Like unwilling to make a move. You're at like a stalemate. What is this, Spirit? Is there somebody in mind? Like, is there a specific person that... Yeah. It could be both of you. It could be that both of you, it could be somebody with the Six of Cups over here. It could be that there's somebody from your past that you separated from in the past, your divine counterpart, and now both of you are like resistant to this connection of giving in with the Five of Swords here. Maybe you were both really hurt in the past. Maybe there's some other egoic things going on. There's so much resistance to this love. This Two of Cups energy. And then the Three of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you were hurt. There was somebody else involved here. Who's this other person? I'm picking up this other energy. Who is it? What's this? Six of Wands. And the Justice card at the bottom of the deck. Six of Wands. I don't know, maybe it's not somebody else. Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. The Empress and the Emperor. I don't want to, it's a very specific message. It's like, it's almost as if you were in a situation or put into a situation with a third party. Somehow, some way it came up, right? And you decided, I don't want to be a part of this. It's not for me. Whatever that situation might look like for you, whether, and I'm not going to, there's no judgment here. So whatever that would have looked like for you. But the heart wants what it wants. And yet the two of you, or you and this other person or situation or love in general, you're so resistant to being with each other, or you're so resistant to putting yourself out there because maybe you've been cheated on a lot in the past, or you've been put into this third party situation. And you're both, or you are just so stuck. Not wanting to break the ice, I'm hearing Spirit say. Not wanting to make the first move also. Like taking it to the grave kind of energy. Like, I'm going to take this love that I have for this person to the grave because I'm unwilling to break through my ego and make the first move and contact them. Maybe this other person got married and had children, and you just thought, yeah, Eight of Wands, communication, then the World here, and then the Star, And then Justice. Wow. At the bottom of the deck. I'm going to leave it with the star, but there's somebody, I think from your past, maybe even a past life. Yeah, Spirit, they're thinking about you. The card's dropping like that. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles kind of there. So anyway, that's just sort of the energies that are coming through. So somebody from the past that you cut off, that you maybe burned bridges with, that was a very like, you moved away. You're like, I need to focus on myself. I need to become this Queen of Cups because I can't deal with this situation, whatever that situation was. But they've always been on your mind, right? And you've always carried this inner flame for them. But you really shut yourself off to love because of that situation. Wow. So we have the Empress, Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Pentacles. And then the Three of Cups. This person might have chose somebody else over you. Or, yeah, I feel like maybe they chose somebody else over you. And, or there was a situation, they chose somebody else over you and you walked away from a third party situation that was really uncomfortable and you're like, I don't want any part of this, forget it. But I think that they really regret it. Like they see you now as this Empress. They're like, oh, I had this, I could have had that, and now I don't, and I lost her or him or them. And they're praying, or this could be you, take out what resonates, whoever you are in this situation. But they're praying to, look at the Venus of Willendorf, they're praying to the universe, to God, source energy, for another chance. Almost trying to manifest it, but really more of in a prayer. Like, I really want this to work. I wish that I had chosen something different. They might not have been a person of faith, right, who believed in God's source energy, but now they are. Or now you are. This could be you praying for another chance with this person. This is a very complicated, messy situation right here. But you know what? Matters of the heart are never, they're not linear. The heart wants what it wants. The soul wants what it wants. It wants its counterpart. It wants that person who's going to recognize them and honor them and help them grow and fulfill their journey and be intimate and connected and attuned and understanding and compassionate. Like, that's what our soul wants. It doesn't want the drama, but we get caught up in our egoic minds because of our human conditioning, because of parental, and this person could have also, with the Empress here, could have a lot of a mother wound. It could have been a mother figure who got in the way of this connection somehow, some way. Page of Pentacles. Justice. Yeah, there's like work stuff going on here, financial issues going on here. There's a lot happening in this reading. Anyway, you know what? The basics, Spirit. What's the basic message here? The soul, pile three's deepest desires. Pile three's deepest soul desires. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is me or just... Look at all these cards, you guys. I can't even read all these cards. Tower. 9 of Pentacles. Rest. Your soul wants a lot. It wants basically the Devil here, to be unchained. It wants a love, it wants an opportunity to come in, a love offer. It wants to be rescued. It wants, you know, something drastic, a drastic change to change the events of time. It wants rest. It wants solitude. It wants peace. God, your pile has so much going on. Look at all these cards. Manifestations, King of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, Three of Swords. It wants healing. It wants to restore balance. I'm hearing, I'm just throwing these cards all over the place. Okay, these oracle cards, what came up here? Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. The void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Everything, your soul wants everything right now, right? It wants to integrate life lessons from all of these really painful experiences that you've had in the past. It wants to integrate it. It wants to evolve beyond it so that it's no longer affected by what has happened. It wants connection. It wants this soul contract, this like divine counterpart energy. It wants to be integrated so badly. And it wants to just stop worrying so much. It wants you to stop worrying so much. It just wants you to surrender to everything, to love mostly though, to this connection. I feel like I pulled up I'm going to get another deck. Hold on. Tell me more, Spirit, just quickly about this divine counterpart energy that I'm getting. Oh. The World. Spirit, tell me more about completion, fulfillment. Not that another soul can fulfill you, but this could be divine counterpart energy, twin flame energy, when you're coming together to really feel that sense of completion, right? The two of you balance each other out completely. What you don't have, that person has, the qualities, characteristics. And the idea of the twin flames coming back together is to unite with all of your differences and polarities to become something very big and wholesome, like so big and bright that it's going to do something magnificent to change the world, to really bring enlightenment and awareness to the world, to the physical plane anyway, the earth plane. Muse of Voices. So I have the King of Swords twice there, Three of Emotions, Queen of Voices, and Two of Voices. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you don't know who I'm talking about, I think a lot of you know who I'm talking about, but this is somebody that I think that you cut off from the past. The Two of Voices there, you cut them off because of some sort of third-party situation that they put you in or you put them in. I think it's more the opposite. They might have put you in that situation. Oh, I pulled these cards like this, so let me move this around. And maybe they got married to somebody else and you're like, well, they're married and there's nothing I can do about it. Who knows what's actually going on? And, you know, let me just quickly, what's going on in this other person's life, Spirit? What's going on in their divine counterpart's life? Spirit just wants you to be open to love, to this connection, I think specifically, this twin flame. If you're watching a bunch of twin flame readings, this could be your confirmation. Oh yeah, Page of Emotions. They're recognizing their love for you, or they recognize that they love you and that you are the one for them. What's going on? Oh, this flipped over. Three of Inspiration. And they're coming towards you with the Three of Inspiration, Three of Wands in reverse. This usually upright Three of Wands is like something on the horizon or from a distance. And they could be at a distance from you, but now they're coming closer. That this connection, oh, this was also here, reverse. Yeah, Eight of Inspiration. I think that Eight of Wands in reverse, they're at a distance, or it's hidden, sorry. No, the Spirit's saying it's not in reverse, it's just hidden. that there's some sort of communication that's hidden. It's like they really want to communicate with you, call you, connect with you. And I know that you really want to, but there's something kind of in the way. Is there a way, is somebody going to break through whatever's blocking this conversation or blocking this communication? Is there something that's going to happen? Spirit saying wait, but what else? Four of inspiration. Home. For inspiration is like home, a retreat, feeling really secure. They don't want me to tell you. It's good news though. I don't think that there's anything for you to do. Seven of Voices. Yeah, they don't want me to go further into that. It's good news. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness, I think, and a feeling of satisfaction. Whatever happens in this connection, I think this message today is mostly Spirit wanting you to just be open to love again, open to this connection. Maybe you burned the bridge and you were like, that's over, but Spirit really wants you to just kind of open up to the idea that maybe the two of you grew up, that it might have been a really long time ago. With the Three of Wands in reverse, this could have been a really long time ago, and it was just the wrong time, wrong place. You know, you both had to do a lot of healing. Think about who you were back then and think about who you are today. That other person could also have grown that much and changed a lot and done their own healing work, right? Now, you have freedom of choice. You can choose whatever you want. If this person, if they do come forward towards you, or if Spirit somehow brings you two together in a destined meeting, give them the floor, you know, let them hear what they have to say. I'm sure you know, and also I think Spirit saying, think back to who you were and maybe the choices you made and things you said back then because you were triggered, or, you know, people do grow, people do change if they've also done it with intention, conscious awareness, and really looked at their behaviors and their way of thinking and being and decided to be something different and really worked on themselves. You know, you're not the same person that you used to be, and so give them the benefit of the doubt, I think Spirit's saying here. And then the Nine of Pentacles fell on the floor, or sorry, Eight of Pentacles fell on the floor. So yeah, like in this connection, there could be a lot of work that's needed, but also I think that this person and you have done a lot of inner work on yourselves, have been focusing on building yourself up in many different ways, and that was needed. So the connection, the burning of the bridges was important at that time in your life, right? To learn self-worth and strength and to learn to speak your truth, right? All those things. But at the same time, forgiveness and compassion and surrendering to love, surrendering to the will of the universe, to your soul's mission here, is also really important as well. So there's something to do with this Two of Cups here. They're not showing me too much information about the other person. I think you know who it is. It's definitely somebody, if you've ever thought like, oh, that was my twin flame, or was it, and question that, it probably is. And they made some choices and they want to right some wrongs, and so maybe let them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be together forever, or that everything's going to be all, you know, what's the saying? Sunshine and roses or whatever. What's that saying? Anyway, but even if it's balancing the karmic energy between you and being open to a conversation about what happened and who you are and how you've grown, and I think, but really, even if that divine counterpart is not necessarily going to be with you for the rest of your life, Spirit wants you to be open to love and to end your isolation, that not all experiences are going to be painful like they were in the past. Grateful optimism, joyous view of the future. Oh, like, just, you know what, lots of really good things are coming. Just be optimistic about it instead of living in fear. Live in optimism and looking forward to what could be, what great things can happen or could happen. How is it going to feel if everything works out? Focus on that instead of feeling as though you need to keep yourself hidden away in your ivory tower, locked away from the world because of what happened in the past. Not all experiences are going to be like that. And even if you go back to this other divine counterpart energy, it's not always going to be the same, especially if it's been a really long time and the both of you have worked intentionally on yourselves, right? That's sort of the twin flame journey, is the coming together and then the separation, so that you can learn and grow and then come back together stronger as individuals, but then also together. Pull this one. Sacred action, decisive focus. Focus on what it is that you want, the outcome that you want, and then have faith and trust that everything will work out. That's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you for being here and sharing your energy with me. Sending you so much love and a big hug. If you like this video, if it resonated, give me a thumbs up, heart the video, like it, comment below, let me know, tell me your story. I love hearing your stories. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, so that we can stay connected and you don't miss anything else that I upload. I also just opened an Etsy shop with some reading options, tarot reading options available for you, different price ranges, so that everyone can have an opportunity to work with me, because I'd love to work with you. So yeah, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.